Hey y'all, today I'm going over Leetcode contains duplicate. This is actually one of the easiest problems, if not the easiest problem on Leetcode in my opinion, but I will cover them all as if we've never seen them before and try to explain it as best as I can. I won't take too much time though. But basically, it's very simple question. They give you a list of numbers, an array of numbers specifically, and you just have to return true if a number is seen more than once. So is it a duplicate in that list? So I'm going to give you two solutions, and we'll figure out, I don't know, in which scenario the solution would be the best. So the first one's the obvious one, and that's making use of hash set. So this is perfect. You can do constant lookups, right? So I'm just going to literally call this a set of type integer, and I'm going to call this a cache, and I'm going to make it a new hash set. And this will be our cache. So we'll like cache the numbers, right? And then I'm simply just going to go through each num in nums, and look, we're going to check our cache. If it contains this num, basically this means have we seen it before, we return true immediately. We don't even have to loop to the next number because we know that we'll see a duplicate. Doesn't matter what else we see. Otherwise, we need to store this number for later. So cache.add num. So we'll store it for later and we check. It's very critical that we put the contains check before the add, because if we do it the other way around, then it'll always be true because we added the number before the contains. I don't know, common mistake that I've seen people do, even in interviews before. If we make it out of that loop and we never hit that statement that a cache contain an already seen number, then we know that we never seen a duplicate. So it's going to be return false. And very simply, it's like that. And we submit that and then everything's good. So in terms of speed, let's go over time and space of this solution. Is it a good solution? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Time is ON. And you can't really beat ON. And the reason being is because in order to know it's a duplicate, you kind of have to look at every number, right? Or do some kind of sorting, etc. You can't really just teleport. So, I mean, you have to do it. Space here is O of n also, because worst case, assume that you never see a duplicate. You'll have to store every single number in the cache. So time grows with n, space grows with n. And that's pretty good. So another solution that I can think of, and I'm not even sure if this is better, in fact it's probably worse, but it's just another solution, is you can actually sort nums. And the reason why is because sorting numbers will always put duplicates next to each other, adjacent to each other. Because if you have like, for example, if you have like 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you put like a 1 here or something, when you sort these, the ones will go next to each other, right? Like this. So that's why that works. One caveat when you do things like this, you really shouldn't be sorting the inputs that are passed to the function, because you just think when you're like doing this in real code, the caller wouldn't be aware that you're doing the sorting. So if you really needed to do this, you should like clone the array and sort it or something like that. But anyways, for like Leetcode problems, I don't think it matters, as long as you know that, it's okay. So you sort that, right? And we're just gonna start at 1 here. And the reason why we're going to start at 1 is because I'm going to do a look back and I don't want to get an index like out of bounds kind of thing. So I'm just going to simply go if nums I is equal to the last one. If nums I is equal to the last one, return true, like that. And then we do that and we submit. And that should work. The reason why it works is because of what I explained with the adjacent numbers, right? It also works with array length 1, because we'll start at 1, we won't even enter this loop and we'll just go directly to false. But array length 1 will never have a duplicate. It's impossible. So let's talk about time and space. Time here is n log n. So you can assume that for most modern programming language that the built-in sort functions are n log n. There's worse sort functions, but they will always end up being like n log n, average case. So we're sorting. That's what we're bounded by. And n log n is, so you're thinking, why isn't an n? I see a loop here. Well, it's actually n log n plus n, but that just resolves to n log n because n log n is greater than n, right? Space here is actually, you know, we're sorting the input right here. We're not actually making a new array. So, I mean, technically I'm looking at it as constant time, but like I said, like you really shouldn't be sorting the input array. You might have to take a new one. So I'll just be fair and I don't know. I'll let you decide whatever it is. You know, people would debate about this. I don't really care, honestly. Candidate in an interview could say either one and I'm going to be fine with it. So yeah, those are two solutions. Hope this made sense. Easy problem. I tried to explain to the best of my ability. Thank you for watching.